Hi, welcome in. It's nice to see you again. It's been a minute. I haven't done a video like this in a few months. And so I miss it. So I thought today I would do something a bit similar to my ASMR videos. This will be like a soft spoken, and I thought that I would read some poetry from this poetry book that I found in my parents' library. It is the poetry of Robert Frost. If you see, it has a picture of like trees. And so I recently just moved, and I was hauling all these different books from my old room. Hold on one second, I'm just gonna fix this. Oh, excuse me. It looked like it was sliding, and that scared me, so hopefully that stays put. Hopefully you're not lopsided. Hopefully you can see me well. If not, oh well. Anyway, let's start. So, there's like an image of trees. So, when I moved and I was hauling all my books over, for some reason, I'm trying to remember which room of my house my parents' house, that I found this. But I was like, I'm gonna take this with me because I love poetry and I wish that I had more poetry books. I currently only have this one, which sounds crazy, but I would love like a book. And I was reading this book, the poems in it, because I was doing a practice video for this final video, and I was really enjoying it. And I already knew that I liked Robert Frost, but I'm excited to read these ones. And I also recently found out that this book was dedicated to my dad from his mother, my grandmother, in January 1985. It says right here. This is an ancient text. Just kidding. But yeah, I thought I would start with my November cast. If I could find it on page 6. Here it is. My November cast. My sorrow, when she's here with me, thinks these dark days of autumn rain are beautiful as days can be. She loves the bare, the withered tree. She walks the sodden pasture lane. Her pleasure will not let me stay. She talks, and I am fain to list. She's glad the birds are gone away. She's glad her simple worsted gray is silver now with clinging mist. The desolate, deserted trees, the faded earth, the heavy sky, the beauties she so truly sees. She thinks I have no eye for these, and vexes me for reasons why. Not yesterday I learned to know the love of bare November days, before the coming of the snow, but it were vain to tell her so, and they are better for her praise. I like that one. I definitely love a good gray autumn November day. Something so sorrowful about it, about gray days and autumn gray days, but it's in the best way. Yeah, I love it. Let's see. What I was looking at was a late walk. When I go up through the mowing field, the headless aftermath, smooth laid like thatch with a heavy dew, half closes the garden path. And when I come to the garden ground, the whir of sober birds, up from the tangle of withered weeds, is sadder than any words. A tree beside the wall stands bare, but a leaf that lingered brown, disturbed I doubt not by my thought, comes softly rattling down. I end not far from my going forth, by picking the faded blue of the last remaining aster flower to carry again to you. The next poem is Stars. How countlessly they congregate o'er our tumultuous snow, which flows in shapes as tall as trees when wintry winds do blow, as if with keenness for our fate, our faltering few steps on, to white rest and a place of rest invisible as dawn. And yet with neither love nor hate, those stars like some snow-white, Minerva's snow-white marble eyes, without the gift of sight. Let's see. That was... yeah, found the other one. The next one is Wind in the Window Flower. Lovers, forget your love, and list to the love of these. She, a window flower, and he, a winter breeze. When the frosty window veil was melted down at noon, and the caged yellow bird hung over her in tune, he marked her through the pane. He could not help but mark, and only passed her by to come again at dark. He was a winter wind, concerned with ice and snow, dead weeds and unmated birds, and little of love could know. But he sighed upon the sill, he gave the sash a shake, as witness all within who lay that night awake. Perchance he half prevailed to win her for the flight from the firelit looking glass and warm stove window light. But the flower leaned aside and thought of naught to say, and morning found the breeze 100 miles away. It's a cute, kind of sad poem. I don't know. I think that a winter wind would fall in love with a window sill flower. I think that's so interesting and quite touching in such a, I don't know, innocent way. Yeah, I like that one. There was another one that I am going to try to find. Maybe if I look at the table of contents, there's one about October, and I forget the exact name of the poem. Do you like page turning? I wonder. Book sounds. Oh my god, wires. Hold on. My favorite. My that's very, very nice. Anyway, looking for a poem. Oh, there it is. October, it's called, and it is on page 27. Also, fun fact about this book, it's all 11 of his books in this, which I think is quite cool, and I would love to make a poetry book one day, just a book full of my poems. I definitely could. I mean, there's a lot of poems that I've made, and I could make. To have 11, wow, that's really cool. October. A hushed October. I'm gonna hold on one second. I'm trying to, I'm sounding raspy, girl. Oh, mama. Oh, that was nice and warm. Oh, hopefully my lipstick isn't too messed up. If it is, oh well. October. A hushed October, morning mild, thy leaves have ripened to the fall. Tomorrow's wind, if it be wild, should waste them all. The crows above the forest call, tomorrow they may form and go. O hushed October, morning mild, begin the hours of this day slow. Make the day seem to us less brief, hearts not averse to being beguiled. Beguile us in the way you know. Release one leaf at break of day, at noon release another leaf, one from our trees, one far away. Retard the sun with gentle mist, enchant the land with amethyst. Slow, slow, for the grape's sake, if they were all, whose leaves already are burnt with frost, whose clustered fruit must else be lost, for the grape's sake along the wall. I like that one too. I believe in that one. What I get from it, I think he's saying that he wants the autumn days to last longer. And I relate to that sentiment. I do wish that the autumn days at times were as long as the summer days, but still, I think remained. I think I would want the cool, crisp autumn air to definitely stay. But yeah, I love the beauty of a sunny autumn. The way that the gold leaves are, the way that they shine in the sun, and yeah, I just love all the colors. This one is called A Mood Apart. And there's some interesting ones after this, so I'm excited. Okay. A Mood Apart is the next one. Once down on my knees to growing plants, I prodded the earth with a lazy tool, in time with the melody of Soto chants, but becoming aware of some boys from school who had stopped outside the fence to spy. I stopped my song and almost heart, for an eye is an evil eye that looks in unto a mood apart. The next one is the fear of God. If you should rise from nowhere up to somewhere, from being no one up to being someone, be sure to keep repeating to yourself, you owe it to an arbitrary God, whose mercy to you, rather than to others, won't bear to critical examination. Stay unassuming, if for lack of license to wear the uniform of who you are, you should be tempted to make up for it in a subordinating look or tone. Beware of coming too much to the surface and using for apparel what was meant to be the curtain of the inmost soul. Interesting. Beware of coming too much to the surface and using for apparel what was meant to be the curtain of the inmost soul. I'm gonna have to study that more to see what exactly he's trying to say. I love that. Neighbors again. Okay. Love that poem. The next one is The Fear of Man. As a girl, no one gallantly attends, sets forth for home at midnight from a friend's. She tries to make it in one catch of breath. This is not because she thinks of death. The city seems in toppling from a height, but she can trust it not to fall tonight. It will be taken down before it falls. There scarcely is a light in all its walls, except beside a safe inside a bank, for which assurance Mammon is to thank. But there are little streetlights she should trust, so jewel steady in the wind and dust. Her fear is being spoken by the rude, and having her exposure misconstrued. May I, in my brief bolt across the scene, not be misunderstood in what I mean. Damn, that is a good poem. I understood that one. Your fear is being spoken by the rude and having her exposure misconstrued. Whoa. Facts, though. Even like, when was this made? In a way, I feel like he was I don't know, ahead of his time. Just like saying that, like, women's dress is so misconstrued to be like, oh yeah, I don't know, men just take advantage of women and then blame it on the dress, and it's so fucked up. And it kind of just shows that the fear that she is having going from one friend's house back to her place isn't because she's afraid that the city is going to topple over, that buildings are going to fall on her, or that death is going to find her, but she's afraid of men that will take advantage of her, or a rude comment, or like a catcalling person, and that's just really, it's a reality that's really upsetting and fucked up, but yeah, men need to do better, much better, and we should all protect each other, look out for each other. Anyway, a steeple on the house is the next one. What if it should turn out eternity was but the steeple on our house of life that made our house of life a house of worship? We do not go up there to sleep at night. We do not go up there to live by day. Nor need we ever go up there to live. A spire and belfry coming on the roof means that a soul is coming on the flesh. Interesting. I'm going to go back. I'm going to read, let's say, 3 more poems. Short poems. Not the long ones. I'm now looking. Looking. Interesting. Oh, there's one that's just called November. So I'll read this one. Next one is November. We saw leaves go to glory, then almost migratory. Go part way down the lane, and then to the end, the story. Get beaten down and pasted in one wild day of rain. We heard, "'Tis over," roaring. A year of leaves was wasted. Oh, we make a boast of storing, of saving and of keeping, but only by ignoring the waste of moments sleeping. The waste of pleasure weeping, by denying and ignoring the waste of nations warring. It's a good one. I did not expect it to be so, I don't know. I love that. Wow, that's inspiring. I'll have to bookmark this. The Rabbit Hunter. Careless and still, the hunter lurks, with gun depressed, facing alone the alder swamps, ghastly snow white. And his hound works in the offing there, like one possessed, and yelps delight, and sings and romps, bringing him on the shadowy hair, for him to rend and deal a death that he nor it nor I have wit to comprehend. A loose mountain, telescopic. Did you stay up last night? The Magi did, to see the star shower known as Leonid, that once a year by hand or apparatus is so mysteriously pelted at us? It is but fiery puffs of dust and pebbles, no doubt directed at our heads as rebels, if having taken artificial light against the ancient sovereignty of night. A fusillade of blanks and empty flashes, it never reaches earth except as ashes, of which you feel no least touch on your face, nor find in dew the slightest cloudy trace. Nevertheless, it constitutes a hint that the loose mountain lately seen to glint in sunlight near us in momentous swing is something in a Balearic sling. The heartless and enormous outer black is still withholding in the zodiac, but from irresolution in his back about when best to have us in our orbit, so we won't simply take it and absorb it. Interesting. Now I'm going to read one more poem. The last one is called In a Poem and is very short. In a poem. The sentencing goes blithely on its way and takes the playfully objected rhyme, as sure as it keeps a stroke in time, in having its undeviable say. Okay, that is it for now. I thoroughly enjoyed this and am enjoying his poems and his short stories that I did not know that he made. I definitely want to learn more about him and kind of it definitely seems like nature is his inspiration. I'd known that about Robert Frost. That's what I remembered from school. That he was someone that wrote a lot about nature, hence, the trees. And I love that because I'm also I love nature and I love being with it, and it's definitely inspired a lot of my poems and songs that I've written, which are on this YouTube page and YouTube channel. And yeah, so glad I read it. It's really inspiring. And anyway, thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope that you have a good rest of your night or your morning or your day or whatever else is coming up next for you. Thank you for joining me. It was good to see you, and I will be seeing you soon. I'm going to be doing more of these. Also, I wanted to say that in my bio there is a link for Buy Me a Coffee, which is a service that I use that you can follow me on. It's almost like a Patreon. You can donate. The difference is that you can donate money to me to help support me. And I just got this set up because times are kind of tough, and it's also a good incentive for me to start creating more and uploading more. And if you found this video cool and interesting, consider donating to me. Also consider subscribing and liking if you'd want to see more videos and music, which I have a lot of different music things that I'm working on right now that I've been working on for years now. So, and I am going to be releasing a lot of that. So you'll get a lot of updates on my Instagram, which is also linked. I know I feel weird about promoting my stuff, but if you're interested at all, if not, totally fine. It was good to have you and good to see you, and I hope you're doing okay. And I hope that you have a good rest of your night or day or next few moments. If you feel like your world is kind of burning, going up in flames, like mine has felt like, if you feel like you are alone in this world, or that life is kind of just overwhelming, I want to tell you that you are not alone. I also feel that way. And I know for a fact that you have people in your life that love you. I love you. And I hope that you are okay. And things will get better if they're not already. And just stay positive, and things will work out.